Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's Zion Faxity and coming to y'all real quickly with another news flash. Right now, we're on this polygamy kick, guys. Listen, this thing is really heating up in the United States. And I'm just asking the question, is it real or is it fake? What you guys think? I want to show a couple of clips because, my whole thing is if it makes sense, if it makes you happy, if it's not detrimental to you, your family, who am I to judge to say that it's wrong or right? But I do think that this polygamy thing, we need to take a closer look at it. I think people are looking at it wrong. I think they're going into it for more negative reasons than positive. I think they don't have a clear picture. It's kind of like when you date someone and you find out, oh yeah, it's great. Y'all both like pizza. You both like to go to the movies. You both like basketball. But then when it gets down to the nitty gritty of the relationship, you find out that you don't have as much in common as you think. And due to the fact that you were so enamored with the excitement and the joy and all the great stuff of the relationship, you really didn't look at the relationship itself. And so a lot of times when that happened, guys, we find ourselves in a mess. So, here we go. Quick news flash, guys. Uh, this thing is for real. And we just gonna have to start looking at it for what it is. So I'm gonna get ready and share a couple of these quick videos I have with you. Of course, guys, the disclaimer is already up. We're using these clips for the purpose of criticism, news reporting, teaching, education, etc. Some of these clips may not be appropriate for children, under the age of 18. So please be advised that. So take a look. It's nothing really, I don't put nothing really bad on my channel or anything like that. But just in case, you have the opportunity to decide if you want your young people to hear it or not, which may be good for some of these young women because in the clips to come, I'm going to be showing a lot of these and their definitions for this polygamy that I didn't even know about until I started researching it. But it's a lot of young women who are getting involved. So you might want to sit down and talk to young ones about it. So here we go, guys. I'm going to go ahead and start. Um, while I'm doing this, uh, y'all take notes. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you think that this is something we really should look into. Now, I did look to see how many actually deal with polygamy in some form in the United States. It's only about 45%, but that percentage is growing and it's growing fast. So, guys, just remember you might want to, like I said, talk to your kids about it and kind of see what's really going on with this. I mean, we'll talk about Polite and Nature Boy and others too. So here we go. I'm going to go into first. I want to talk about. I was looking at. I was looking at actually Tom Green. Tom Green was a polygamist back in the day. He finally got sent to jail because Tom Green was actually marrying girls 14. In our view or our opinion, um, my opinion, and others like me would say that is uh, more on the pedophile side because those girls are not mature women. Most of us, if a 30-year-old man was trying to talk to our young teenage daughter, we would have a fit about it. So, and there are laws against it. He tried to circumvent the laws and eventually got caught up. And that's what I said, we have to be aware. But I think what struck me more about that story than anything was the fact that the children um, were what they went through and what it caused with them. And a lot of times when we as adults are making decisions, we don't think about the children that are going to come into these relationships and how it's going to affect them. So we'll get into a little bit of that. This is not going to be a long one. It's going to be a short, and then we'll come back with some more at another date. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to share um, some things with you guys that I had put together. Just little things I saw that I thought was interesting. Uh, and we'll have a couple more news flashes of what in the world is going on today. So the first one clip I'm going to show y'all, it is a family that was on TLC, the Clarks. And I want to show these little clips because it was interesting to me how you get caught up, and then I was curious about what's the purpose of all these wives. I can maybe see, maybe one or two wives, two, three wives at the most. But after that, you really have to question, why are we having so many wives, and why in this day and time we're having this many wives and this many children, especially in the United States. So I'm gonna play this clip for you guys to start. But then, hold up. I'm sorry, guys. I ain't mean for it to blast your shit. I'm gonna take this clip. I'm gonna play this clip, and then we're gonna talk about it. Okay. Y'all know I'm still learning this StreamYard, so y'all just bear with me. But we're gonna make this thing work. All right, guys, here it go. Look at this little presentation. I'll stop throughout, and then y'all type in the comments what you think. Let me know. Here we go, guys. All right.
Well, she finally gave me the time of day to take her on a date. And
after that, it was like hook, on, and sinker, right?
Yeah. We practice polygamy, specifically polygyny. Polygamy is the umbrella term for a multi-person relationship. And in polygyny, it's geared more towards the male having separate wives. And
now, I didn't know the different terminology when it came to this, but I'm learning more and more. I don't know if you guys did or not.
That's what we're striving to do. I'm going to interior decorate and y'all work. Okay. My polygamy doesn't necessarily correlate to any religious beliefs. It was something that I did come across in some research on how tribes and kingdoms were built, where a king had multiple queens, and each wife played an intricate part in that king's life and in building and growing the kingdom. And it interested me. Put it over there on the other side.
Now, see, guys, this is what got me when I first started looking at into the polygamy lifestyles. The fact that there has to be a purpose. There should be a purpose. I mean, if you're going to have all these wives and in this multifaceted lifestyle, it has to be a purpose. What was your purpose behind it? Because we're saying that, or most are saying that, hey, I'm trying to, build a family. I'm trying to give back to community. It could be religious reasons or whatever, but it needs to make sense. Okay. Other than that, you just basically, to me, in my opinion, be an open relationship. If it's not really a purpose behind what you're doing. So let's skip up a little bit. And another thing that I noticed of, in a lot of these relationships, the first wife is normally, around the age of the husband, but then all the other wives are so much younger. That, opens up my eye. First of all, as a mature woman and as a mother, what is the purpose? What do you have in common with this girl who may be 10, 20 years younger than you? And how is that person adding to this family dynamic? So let's go see what they say.
That was the biggest stigma that I had to get over. All right, white one. I knew absolutely nothing about polygamy. It took me a lot of learning, background, history, everything to actually understand the benefits of it. I realized I would have somebody who has my back with not only my children, with my husband, with my house, with everything. Okay, so we agreed to give it a try.
Now, I want y'all to remember that she said she understood after doing research that she would have help, HELP, help with her husband, with her house, with her children, finances, help. Remember that statement, okay? This is the way that she is viewing it from her perspective.
Making me hop, skip, and jump now. Skibbity. I'm getting skiddity. Don't make me laugh because I'm gonna drop it. All right. 3.5 months later, Kayla came along.
I met Kayla at a lounge. I was providing security for a friend, and she ran the money box, we called it. Mm-hmm. The first night that I met her, she didn't know that I knew the owner, which was my friend, which was her friend as well. I was like, hey, he said I could get in for free. And she goes, get in for free? Ain't nobody getting in for free tonight. But she went in on me. I'm like, hey, like. I was just doing my job, man. Oh.
Now, as you can realize, one thing that I caught my eye was, number one, she's so much younger. I thought when I first saw it that she was actually their daughter. I did not know that she was the potential next wife. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness, okay. So, how is this going to play out? How is this going to uh, um, add to the family? Which, personally, I'm not in it, but these are the questions that we need to ask ourselves when we talk about being in a polygamous relationship. How is this adding to the family? And what is this looking like? And what is the purpose? This girl is clearly younger. Clearly, she doesn't have the life experience of his first wife. Um, and the first wife is looking at, hey, yeah, I'm gonna get some help. Great, because I found out they have 4 children. That's a lot. So let's see how this turns out as it goes. And you can see how excited he was. And I'm sure that his idea of another wife and his wife's idea is 2 totally different things. So let's go. So this is as they go on in the relationship.
This conversation right now to make it seem as though Kay is the reason why we are in the state that we're in, because I'm not the only reason. And we're not going to sit here and try to make it seem like, oh, yeah, let's play the blame game and point all the fingers at Kay, because that's what y'all do to me.
Okay, so you're saying that now I've done things to you that
Gerard,
caused
you
you
don't
to
even
act...
sit on that couch and act like you a saint when you're not. You're not.
Help me understand. I put you
Gerard,
in...
you want me to get on my knees and kiss your feet? Is that what you want?
Do you want to be here?
Gerard, I want to be here.
I think we are in a moment right now where we just need cool heads. Gerard and Kayla have such strong personalities. And when they feel like they're not being heard, they just stop listening.
Me and Vanessa had a conversation yesterday.
Okay, so here, as you can see, there is some tension in the house. And also, you can see that the first wife is having to play referee between the two. And I think that's a little harsh on her. She's already got 4 children. She didn't need 5. So when we look at these polygamous relationships, we look at all the good parts, but here is some of the touchy parts that we need to pay attention to when you talk about getting in a polygamous relationship.
Today, and we both agreed that I will work on being over here more.
And I don't feel like that's enough.
Ain't good enough for you when it come to Kay? I will never be good enough for you. All you do is tell me I'm this and I'm that, and you're not doing this right, and you're not doing that right. Like I'm just some small ass piece of crumb in the corner that just has to be told that she just ain't all the time.
Kay, when you get upset, you leave a wake destruction.
You know what? Y'all have a good night.
Yeah.
I'm done with this.
Okay, so you can see this is not turning out exactly the way they thought it was, or the way he thought it was going to be. But you have to look at it for what it is. This girl is a you can tell, I don't know her age exactly, but she's a lot younger than they are. She's a lot less experienced. And you're throwing her into a family situation with a mature woman who has had the children, who have been there raising the children and understand what it takes to raise children. I don't know what he was expecting or she was expecting, but these are the questions that we have to ask ourselves when it comes to these type of relationship, guys. We have to really question, what are we doing? Guys, it's so funny right now. My dog Pluto, if anybody that knows it, is sitting here like giving me some attention. It is like hilarious.
Is this
So
conversation?
it's hilarious. So anyways, like I was saying, these are just some of the things that we have to look at, guys. Hey, don't just go into these polygamous relationships because you're lonely, because you think, oh, he loves me, I love him, we can work it out. No, you have to look at, first of all, you have to be very honest with each other. You have to be very mature. And you better ask yourself, is this something you really want to get yourself into? And for myself, I would ask myself, is this something that I want or even deserve? You know, call it selfish or whatever you want, but I feel like that God made someone to love me, just me. Okay, and we can get into a lot of that discussion later, but um, we have to really, really start questioning, guys, some of the things that are happening in our world today. Um, we have to start questioning, you know, what are we showing our children? What are we doing? You know, I'm so at awe with this new thing of polygamy. So I'm going to be doing several clips on it, and we're going to talk about it a little bit more, um, because I feel like it's a subject that we need to address. So I'm gonna show this, and then we're gonna be out, guys. But check this out. Check this part of it out. It's put your comments below, guys. Please always leave my videos up. Comment. I'll comment back to you. Make sure you hit your notification button, the like button. I'm trying to build this new channel and move all my Facebook um, friends over to my YouTube. So let's go. Let's check this out. I'm telling you guys, it's crazy. We're gonna do a lot on this though, guys. So y'all stay with me.
So things with Kayla got a lot more difficult due to COVID.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Well, voice box full anyway. So, but this is kind of being what I deal with.
Kayla never moved into the house with us. She decided to stay with a friend. So our communication with Kay is our communication with Kay is not what I would like it. I'm not sure if it's because of COVID or because she's choosing not to communicate.
The last time.
Okay, so as we see, this is not turning out the way they thought. The first wife uh, did not get what she thought she was going to get. She did not get the help as far as the house or the children or any of that is concerned. Maybe a little help with her husband, uh, but none of the rest of it. And that's why I said we have to be honest with ourselves when we talk about what these polygamous relationships really look like, what they really entail. Because personally speaking, uh, being a woman and who have, I've been married twice, and there is no way I would want to entangle an already, uh, I would say, already relationship that you're trying to figure out already, that you're trying to navigate through. I would not want to add someone else into that mix To me is just a bomb waiting to explode. So this is the way it ended. Check it out, guys.
I saw her, we agreed to mend our relationship. And during the lockdown, we asked her to quarantine with us, but she decided to continue to work, and her job is very much customer service based around a lot of people.
And with 4 kids at home, it was a little too chancy for us. So we decided just to continue quarantine separately.
We just got through having a talk with Kay, and at this time, we've kind of decided that it's best that we allow things to come to an end for right now. I feel that Kayla, she wasn't very aware of the direction maybe that her life was going. She maybe thought she knew, and she feels as though maybe I need to go out into the world and establish myself. And I don't feel like she had to do that outside the home, but she felt like it was best if she did it on her own. And uh, I think that was really.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there, guys. Listen. Let's not be fake. He's mature enough to know that this young woman, she needed to find herself, as all of us in our 20s, even up in our 30s, we are still discovering who we are, what we want out of life, what we need out of life. Like I tell my daughters, the same thing you want at 20, you're not going to want at 30. The same things you want at 30, you're not going to want at 40. The same things you want at 40, you're not going to want at 50. You change, life changes, circumstances change. But when you're that young, you're still just trying to figure out who you are. So, of course, she wanted to find out, but that's why I said you have to ask, go back to the question, why do you want this relationship? Why do you feel we need to bring someone else in to this already intense family dynamic? That's all I'm saying, guys. So, hey, that was the Clarks on TLC. They got some more stuff. They brought, I think they were starting looking for other sister wives. I don't think any of it worked out. You can check it out, but I will be updating you on that. My next one is going to be on the Greens, which, like I said, Tom Green actually went to prison or jail, but they was after him for a while, and that dynamic is crazy. And then I've got some stuff on Nature Boy, and we're just gonna go from there. And hey, guys, like I said, put stuff in the comments. Let me know what you think, and let's keep it going, guys. Uh, this is a crazy world, but we're gonna figure it out together. All right, guys, love you, Zion Facts, and I will come back to you guys tomorrow. Oh, and I'm going to be doing a teaching on the origins of some of the scripture, and I'm doing this because of just some stuff I saw on YouTube, some brothers doing that I didn't think was right. But anyways, I'll put that in the notifications. Y'all just make sure y'all are um, you know signed up with me, and your notification bell is on. Talk to you later, guys. Have a good one, and don't pick up no wood nickels, right?